there, my name is Kristen. I'm from Jimmy Bean's Wool, and I'm here today to review Malabrigo Book 5. And we actually have a trunk show here in the shop of most of the garments from the book, so I'll be able to share all of them with you in person as well as we go through. So Malabrigo Book 5 uses all of their yarns, and their books are just amazing. There's tons of great garments, and this one is all accessories. So if you really like accessories, Book 5, which is called In Soho, has tons of them to check out. So first up, I'll talk about the one that I'm wearing, because you're probably curious about that one. I really love this scarf. Actually, it's called Crosby, and it's knit in Malabrigo Mecca, and it's huge, big cables that are they use like all of the yarn in the width of the shawl, so it creates this really cool kind of texture, wavy along the outside edges. I think you could do a lot with this too. I was actually just telling Monica and Jill that I really love this one, but I think what I would do with it is I would knit it lengthwise and then seam it so that I could make it a cowl, because I would love to wear it just looped twice. So there's definitely that possibility with this garment. But the Mecca is really soft and nice next to skin. I think it's a great texture. This is called the Broom Cowl. This is knit in the Malabrigo Rasta, and it again has some great bulky cables in it, which make it really nice and cozy to wear because it kind of thickens the fabric even more, and it just gives it some really interesting texture. This is a really cool piece. In fact, I'll just throw it on really quickly so you can see. It's a very kind of simple, chunky cowl that when you put it on, it's just like one layer of just super duper warmth right here, but it still looks really cool, like under a jacket or a coat or whatever. So that's the Broom Cowl. Next up, we've got let's see, I love this wrap, and I can't remember the name of it. It's the Angelica wrap. It has a really cool lace panel on it, and let me just kind of do this so you can see it across the back there. And it kind of easily sits over your shoulders because of the nature of the shape. And then you can bring it around in front. And I don't know if you're really supposed to tie this or not, but it would be really easy to tie it. Or you can just use a shawl pin to close it like this. But it's kind of an interesting shape to it. But the paneling with the lace in the back is just a stunning sort of centerpiece of the whole garment. Really beautiful. And this is knit in the Malabrigo, it doesn't say Rios? It does say, okay, Rios. So this is the Rios. It's a worsted weight. It would go pretty quickly. It's a really nice garment. Let's see. More fun things. Alright, so next up we've got this pretty little shawl. It's hard to tell which way is up on this one, but I think this is the top. So it's got a really cool lace detailing along the top, which you don't see very often, and then a semicircle or really a crescent shape with more lace detailing throughout the body. But this is really largely garter stitch, so the patterning is all done with garter and then lace paneling or patterns throughout the garter stitch, making it a really kind of just a nice, I love knitting garter stitch. It's just so therapeutic, I guess. So this is a really cute little design. I'll put it on in just a second. And it's called the Lafayette. And it's knit in the Finito, which is a really nice soft merino yarn. I believe it's a sport weight. So that's actually really pretty. It's got a nice sort of just pretty feminine look to it. So if you're into knitting little feminine shawlettes, that's a great one. Alright, next up we've got, this is knit in the Mecca, and it's called the Baxter scarf, and this has been very popular in our shop. It's got a really fun tweedy textured stitch throughout, and it's a very long scarf, so you can loop it a couple times if need be. What's great about this is it's got these extra pockets on the ends for your hands, so if your hands are cold you can just shove them in there, keep them warm. But you still have full access to, pull them out really easily and use them. But I think that's a great feature on scarves when you've got kind of just an extra little I guess functional element to them. So this is a great piece, and again, I love this textured stitch. It looks awesome in the Mecca, which is a single ply, really squishy kind of chunky weight yarn. Machine wash too, which is also a nice added bonus. Alright, next up we've got this really fun multicolored cowl. It's called Hester, and I think this is a really neat one. This is knit in the Malabrigo Rios, which is another machine washable yarn. It's a worsted weight. You can loop it twice around. It's got some great texture, but the color work doesn't look like traditional color work. Like, you're not really carrying stitches. It's more of a textured stitch with two colors. So this would be a really easy sort of introduction to color work, if you will, because you're not really like, it's not like Farrell where you're carrying it behind. You're actually knitting a row and then slipping some stitches, and it creates a fun textured pattern. So so yeah, there's some really great details with this one, and two colors make the pattern a little bit more interesting, so that's a neat one. Let's see. Next up, we've got this other two-colored cowl, which is also really neat. Just making sure I have it the right way. This guy can be worn single, or you can double loop it as well. This one is called the West Broadway cowl, and it's knit in the Malabrigo Silky Merino, which is a really nice silky merino and, well, merino and silk single ply. And with the two colors, it just kind of makes it a little more visually interesting. It's got some really simple kind of twisted ribbed cable kind of thing going on. It's not really a cable, not really a rib, but it's a cool pattern. Pretty simple to knit. And also, I mean, this is just one color combo, but there's so many different options in Malabrigo. You can come up with lots of different ones, something more tonal or subtle, you know, whatever works for you, which I kind of like about this design. So that's a fun one. And then we've got just a couple more here. This guy is the Houston scarf, and it's definitely really cool. It's got some different panels of patterning in it. So we've got a really kind of an open lacy diagonal lace rib here, and then we've got a cabled pattern, so it kind of mixes textures and patterning, which is really cool. What's interesting is that when you knit this larger like lace open part, it makes it more squishy, and then the cables kind of pull it in, so it gives like the scarf sort of this like hourglass wavy look to it, and it's just a really interesting design. So this is knit in the Malabrigo Rios again, and yeah, that's a really fun one. So you can also sew the ends together on this one as well and make it into a cowl if you so desire, because those cowls, those double loop cowls, are just so popular right now. For something a little more lacy and open, we've got this little scarf that's knit in the gosh, I don't even recognize this yarn. This one is, oh, this is sock. Wow, gosh, it looks so different when it's done in lace like this. So this is called Nolita, and it's a really fun little open design. Cute little flowers here down the middle and then on the edges, and then it's kind of like a great little summery, kind of earthy, hippie vibe to it, but it's really fun. It's a cute one, and actually that's what both of these are. This is just a different color palette. So those are all of the designs from Malabrigo book number 5, and I hope you like them. And if you need help finding colors or picking out ones to go with the patterns you've seen, give us a call and we'll help you out. Thanks so much for watching. Again, I'm Kristen from Jimmy Beans Wool. I hope you have a great day and happy knitting. Bye!
Thunder rumbles on this American summer night.